Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is go time. My name is Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
About time, too.
And now it's time for the tale of the tape. It's the Miracle Man, Daniel Jacobs, 183 centimeters tall, weighed in at 73 kgs, with a reach of 187 centimeters. Many argue this man is the greatest super middleweight of all time, Carl the Cobra Froch. He comes in 6 foot 1 inches tall with a 75.2-inch reach.
Nobody knows who's going to win. You can have an argument for the winner on both sides, but this...
Here comes Carl the Cobra.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Brooklyn, New York, introducing an acclaimed 2-time middleweight champion of the world, known as the Miracle Man, Daniel Jacobs. Fighting out of the blue corner,
So much hype surrounding this fight. Great to have you with us for this all-action affair. We expect big things, and I don't think we're going to be disappointed. That one lands. That counter shot lands. The jab slightly off target. And this one has all of those big fight feels you want from a prize fight. Here we go.
Did you see the nerves on a fighter stepping into the ring, Tom? It can tell you so much about a fighter. And the look in the opposite corner. You've got one fighter that is in heaven. This is where they want to be.
Hook misses. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
That counter shot lands. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Oh boy, the Miracle Man now in some trouble. And finally, Jacobs crumbles to the canvas. Wow, that seemed to be the punch he was looking for. Let's watch it again.
I need to see...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You still want to fight?
Total domination with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. It's not over till it's over, but that knocked it. On to the second round. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Counterpunch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
The jab misses. Not a lot of defense here at all. You keep an eye on this slugger. As you know, he's willing to take 3 to give 1. That's his game plan, and it's worked out pretty well for him so far.
They've got to be very wary. If you're in with a slugger, they will fight all night for fun. They'll stay in your face. They are naturally tough and strong and aggressive.
Nice counter. Insane between action. Looking to land the hook. The courage on display here is incredible. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
Wow, you know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bell, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
Just stay focused. Your jab, and then start gathering your pace and get your momentum back and win the...
So just keep him on the end of his jab. Get me timing already. Right up.
You done all that work in camp. You gotta get out there and switch on. Get your boxing back together. Get your mind back on the job. That was a god-awful round that was. Come on.
Time. Set him up.
There's the bell for round 3. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. You've heard the phrase, finding a second wind. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Unlucky to miss with that jab. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently? There's the bell for round 4. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
This can be so frustrating when you're in with such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
There's a counter shot. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Missing with that jab. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It could all come down to who's in better shape.
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. It hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to back into the fray here in round 5. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
So much for boxing. This is a fight. Lucky that hook didn't score. Froch in trouble. And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Just missed with that hook. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the... There's the bell to start round 6. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at a middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history books.
Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
So far, the offense has been better than the defense. Misses with that uppercut. The straight right just misses. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round. Round 7, here we go. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Missing with the hook. They both want the knockout. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skin them, go for speed.
The straight right just misses. The straight right just misses. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Ooh, and Daniel Jacobs just got rocked. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Wow, it was...
And they're back at it again here in round 8. Have to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Nobody home with that hook. And one of the all-time greats, Froch, goes down. How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you okay?
How about that will to win and refusal to stay down as this fight continues?
Gotta look at his corner, look for the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
Halfway through the round, and they've got some work to do to get back into it.
It's that forever hope. Remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points up until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to pull it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
Code red. And you can see here his face basically melts into his glove, and down he goes.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You all right?
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. The judges have spoken, a unanimous decision victory.
Unanimous. You know what? Smart that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag, there was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.